The plan for today is to go to the library. I'm gonna do some sketching there if it's open. I'm not gonna get my hopes up that it's open because last time I went it wasn't open and that killed my spirits. But if it's open, I'm going to sketchbook there. Then we are going to go together to an art show opening that I want to go to and have been excited about. But we're gonna have a very creative, art-filled day. Just me and you. Living in my own, being in my own creative world. Let's go. Staying within our creative world, our creative consciousness, because we have the right to choose how we want our experience to be. We don't have to be a part of any collective. We don't have to go along to get along in anyone else's real world. We don't have to sell our creative selves out for money to fulfill whatever it is we think that we need or for the approval of someone else. Staying centered in ourselves without all these distractions, interferences, guilt, shame, all of the stuff that is going on in the world, war, genocide, the fight to fight the fight for whatever reason. We don't have to contaminate ourselves with the consciousness of others that are not in harmony with how we are choosing to live out our experience. How can we possibly be centered in ourselves and create our art from our heart when we are in the cyclone of everything that is going on with everyone else? If you care in the ways everyone wants you to, then you have to get involved. Take on the consciousness, fight the fight. All things that are simply unnatural to us. Fighting would imply an enemy, but we don't have one. The only enemy that we could ever have that could actually get to us is to be an enemy to ourselves and to get caught up in self-destruction. Holding on to emotions that are so strong and so powerful, such as anger, hatred, jealousy, envy, competition, grudges, it makes us sick. So why do we do it? Well, it's justified, of course. The things that are going on in the outside world are so painful. The things you read about, hear about, the things that are going on in people's lives that are real and intense. We feel angry because these things just simply shouldn't be happening. We stop creating because of all the suffering of humans and animals that are divine beings, so sweet and so good, and so much destruction all over the place all of the time. Why would I take the time to create something so trivial when this makes me so angry? The energy of anger is so self-destructive. It shuts down our immune system, as does fear, immediately. A lot of times we take other people's consciousness on because we want to be liked. People like us because we care. Look how amazing I was for taking on this person's energy, taking on their pain, troubles, suffering. When you live in your own world, it doesn't mean you don't have compassion for others or don't want what's best for them. There is no need to be so empathetic in the sense that we take on other people's troubles. That doesn't help them. It just simply isn't rational. Knowledge, information, food, sure. Consciousness, energy, no way. Being in our creative world is where the compassion is, where the caring is. Being our creative selves and making art from a place of love, that is how we help others. Building our knowledge to share with others, our creative knowledge that we can teach someone that is suffering. This is where true compassion lives and is fulfilling for all. When someone falls in a ditch, would it help them to go in there with them or to throw a rope or a ladder? You tell me. I left kind of in a hurry because this one guy was like circling me like a shark because he saw my camera, I think. So I was like, okay, I gotta get out of here. I started shaking, but maybe he was just looking at my drawing. But I got scared, so I just left. So if you hear that humming sound, it is the fridge. And for some reason, my fridge sometimes makes like this really loud sound. Anyways, I just got home and I needed to put on cozy clothes, and now I want to make a matcha. And I figured I would talk to you about my time at the library. So it was fun. It was fun. It was definitely eventful, and there's a lot of people that are kind of like spooky at the library. It's just like kind of like dramatic vibes. I was relaxed at first, and then that guy literally was like circling me like a shark, like I said, like around the table that I was at. He was walking in a circle around my table. So I think I was warranted to be scared. He walked around it like 3 or 4 times, And so I was like, okay, I'm not even playing at this point, I'm gonna leave. And so I packed my things like as fast as I can, and I'm like literally shaking, put it all in my bag, and then I just ran out. But I did end up finishing my drawing anyways. While I was there, I just like added a few finishing touches when I got home. Like, I did not have a very like relaxing finish to that situation, but who cares. So the other day, let me just ponder back to the other day and reminisce on the time that I spent at a bookstore the other day. Let's reminisce together, shall we? Today I'm meeting up with an artist friend of mine. Her name is Antula, and we are going to a art bookstore. I'm wearing kind of a crazy outfit, but I kind of wanted to be crazy today. And I have a side part because I saw on TikTok that if you're a Capricorn rising, you look better with a side part, and then I was kind of like, yeah. My outfit is this cute little dress. Excuse my unmade bed, sorry. It's this cute jean dress. I'm wearing jeans underneath, purple tabbies. It's crazy, but I kind of like it. So yeah, I got that book at the bookstore, and it's called Dictionary of Subjects and Symbols in Art. A lot of the symbols are religious symbols, but you know what? That's what a lot of symbolism is. It's where a lot of symbolism comes from, is religious texts. But it's like a lot of Christian stuff. But anyways, I did the thing where you like randomly flip to a page and point, and I got David and Goliath when he comes back to his town after killing him with Goliath's head severed. And so that's why I drew this, but I kind of remixed it in the sense where I, you know, made David a girl. Just because I like drawing girls and I can see myself in it more. And it's kind of like its own symbolism for my own art career and art life, you know. It can feel like making it in the art world, quote unquote, or making it on YouTube even, or on social media. It feels like conquering Goliath because people have like management and I'm just like working on my stuff by myself. So it feels like I'm trying to conquer Goliath because I don't have like that industry backing at all. I don't pay for advertising, so it's really just what YouTube decides to do with my videos. Yeah, in a way that's me trying to conquer the Goliath, which in this case is, okay, you get it, like, dude, sometimes I over-explain things. And then I also got at the library the Foucault's Pendulum book. I told you guys last time that someone told me to read this who was a philosophy like guru that I talked to. She was just a philosophy like genius in my eyes. I'm saying it in past tense because she actually passed away. I'll read you like the summary just so you kind of get an understanding of what this book is. And honestly, this is the first time I'm reading the summary too, so let's find out what this book is about. An enthralling mystery, a breathtaking roller coaster ride through a world of ideas and aberrations and adventure into the modern mind. One Colonel Ardenti starts it all. He tells 3 Milan editors that he has discovered a coded message about a Templar plan centuries old and involving Stonehenge to tap a mystic source of power greater than atomic energy. Randomly, they throw in manuscript pages on Hermetic thought, the masters of the world who live beneath the earth, who lives forever, the secrets of the solar system contained in the measurements of the Great Pyramid, the satanic initiation rites of the Knights of the Temple. They feed all this into their computer. A terrific joke, they think, until people begin to disappear mysteriously, one by one, starting with Colonel Ardenti. Umberto Eco was born 1932. He is professor of semiotics at the University of Bologna. The University of Bologna. Okay, I trust him. It literally says the University of Bologna. She was saying that this book is a fiction novel, but it has some truth to it, to the way that the world works, and she didn't want to tell me how, and she said that I should read it. And now that I've had my matcha, I feel a bit rejuvenated. I was starting to feel sickly because when I am around human beings that have a lot going on emotionally, I tend to take on their consciousness, especially when they're circling me like a shark around my table. That scared me so bad, like seriously. And it wasn't that big of a table, and he was just walking around it, surrounding me. Anyways, then I started to just like take on the energies of everyone I walked by, because I was like already anxious from that situation, and I was thinking like, why was he doing that? And I was trying to, something I do when I'm curious about why someone did something to me or just in general, like why the world does this, why we go to war. I take on the consciousness of the thing to try to figure it out. Next on the list, which I should probably go to my closet and look for what I'm gonna wear. Going to the art show. I wish I could just wear cozy clothes, but it won't be so cozy to wear cozy clothes in this kind of environment. You have to kind of dress up, which is fine. You know, I forgive them for doing that to me. Okay, my outfit of the night. This black shirt, Joy Rich t-shirt with the Coca-Cola sleeves. I don't really know what Joy Rich is, but it makes me feel rich in joy, so that's awesome. And it's just like a cotton t-shirt, and then I'm wearing this black sweater dress underneath that's nice and cozy and long and warm. And then I'm wearing tights and white socks, and then I'm gonna wear these white shoes with like a little yellow in them. This black coat over top in case it gets cold. So the artist is Noelia Towers, and her art looks like this. I think it's the kind of art that would maybe look better in person, so I'm interested to go and look, like see the environment. She was born in Barcelona, and she's a Chicago-based painter, and I read her blog last night. She seems like an interesting person who has like a real conscience and kind heart. Basically, she's just talking about how she misses when she used to be authentic online, and she's become so scared to be authentic online, and she feels like weird about sharing online because like when she looks back on her past self, she cringes, and that's a hard thing to deal with as you're constantly changing every 2-3 months, which felt relatable to me. Like when I look at my videos even from 2 months ago, 3 months ago, I'm like, that's not me anymore, and it just feels weird, and like I see it from like a weird perspective. And she was kind of just writing a piece on that, and I thought that that was good. But yeah, I'll link it below if you want to read it, and if you want to see her art like firsthand and all that. The gallery is called De Boer Gallery. We're just gonna play it by ear and see how it goes. Okay, the ice cream truck is here, so that's my cue to stop talking. So while we're driving to the art show, I thought I would update you on my printmaking class that I told you about last week, because I thought I would be working on the prints this week and starting that process and showing it to you guys, but I didn't actually get the dry point etching done until the end of class on Wednesday. So I am going to be now starting the real printing process through the press and with all the ink and such on Monday instead. So stay tuned for that. I will definitely show you that process. I'm really excited to see how it turns out, because I really like the final product of my dry point etching. We made it. It's kind of in a weird area, but we're walking in right now.
He's just tired, Frankie. Probably had a long day.
I normally would be a little nervous to film the crowd of people, get close-ups of the art, walk around with my camera, because I would be so aware and conscious of the people around me, their thoughts, their actions, their judgment, their lives, their misery, and I would tuck my camera away, experience the moment, blend in. But it actually felt good to film it this time because I wanted to show you guys what the art shows I go to from time to time look like, and I wanted to show you what the environment feels like. I found that when I went in with the mantra, be in my own creative world, I didn't feel embarrassed anymore. I didn't even have the energy to take on the feelings of others around me and experience their suffering, insecurities, or what have you. I was just in my own world. Compassion and caring does not mean that I take on your problems, or that I lose myself to help you, or that I betray myself so you will like me. I choose to be in my own creative world, experiencing the art in the gallery from a place of love over criticism, and I do this for myself. I do this for what is true, valid, meaningful, loving, over the mundane, competition, anger. Instead of allowing the consciousness of others that are in their minds, thinking, whose side am I on, this war, this challenge, that challenge, this art is worse than that, I don't have to partake in any of it, simply. It's just dramatics, a play or a movie scene, and I wouldn't pay $20 to go see it, because it is so uninteresting. The more we are unconscious of our eternal creative self, the more we fall into repetition, into criticism of others, of other people's work, fall into envy, hatred, fear, anger, hurt. Anger comes from hurt, and hurt generates fear. What you hate is also what you fear. If I chose to be critical of these paintings and spend my time hating the painter, maybe I would be afraid of all the work I would need to do to be in her position, or afraid of my own power that I have to accomplish these same things. What we need is not going to come from anyone or anything outside of ourselves. If I had a big break in art, and this gallery and every other gallery in the world wanted my art in it, and I sold 1 million pieces every single day, and everything was so glamorous, I would still be there. With my thoughts, my emotions, my absorption of other people's consciousness, all of my hurts still there, all of my anger and fear still there. Every day, no matter how successful or rich or famous we are, we still have to do the work to get back to who we are at our core as the loving beings that we are. Let go of the pettiness, the competition with other artists, the cog in the wheel that makes you feel safe, and allow the real you to stand up. There is nothing wrong with you, there's nothing wrong with your art, and you can live in your own creative world now. And this is actually the most compassionate thing that you can do.
Okay guys, cozy clothes are back on. I'm back home and I'm ready for bed. I'm so tired. That was really fun, but sometimes social events really take it out of me. I'm really exhausted, so I'm going right to sleep. Thank you for watching. If you made it all the way here, I appreciate you so much. Okay, I'm so tired, guys. Good night.